pesto, because that is healthy for dancing teens, and pesto is made of pine nuts too.
Spoke German.
For Sid's delicious salad, you will need 1 bag of salad. There's more. Good evening. It's dark this time, dark and spooky, because we're going into Helheim. Aren't you hungry, little girl? 1 pomegranate, 1 bag of fruit roll-up things. You can get whichever brand you like the best.
For all the people who don't actually put it together, like me, the pine nuts come from pine cones.
Strawberry licorice. Helheim fruit.
AKA
Lychees. You can use rambutan or anything similar, but they have the right texture. And you'll need pepper, vinegar. This is blackberry vinegar. I made it last summer. You can use any kind. And oil.
If you want some of our blackberry vinegar, just, you know, come round.
Sure. Your pine nuts.
Don't cook your hair.
Like Hase. Are toast.
Ah, harsh.
Yeah, you want to dry toast them. No oil. Turn it up to about 4 out of 6. Do the maths yourself. And just keep an eye on them. They shouldn't burn. They should just turn a lovely brown. Once you can start to smell, then they should be about done. If you're not familiar with pomegranates, apparently the best way to get the seeds out is to roll it.
Why isn't there a pomegranate rider?
That's a very good question. I think possibly because pomegranates are they've been used without using them with the deathly Helheim fruit. The eat the fruit and stay forever.
They look kind of pomegranate-y, don't they?
They look a little pomegranate-y, but not as pomegranate-y as I would have expected. I mean, Norse isn't Greek, but Norse isn't particularly important in its own motifs in Gaim.
But yeah, they definitely have that forbidden fruit.
And it's very interesting because it's one of the first series that really acknowledges the cooking and food element to Kamen Rider that's always been there, but it does it in such a strange way because while the food aspect is directly involved with the rider aspect, like they are fruit riders, fruit is bad for you and it kills you really.
First, finally, food is front and centre in the motif.
My favourite thing is being acknowledged,
and
but
it's evil.
Yeah.
But you know, it can be used for good. It's more, I think it's weaponized fruit.
I suppose so. I suppose you can eat too much and
so, you know,
get the shits. Shake your nuts. See how they're browning? This is boring, but you have to do it. Rinse your salad. Because it might be dirty.
Might be full of bugs.
This obviously it's just to simulate the lush and beautiful Helheim vegetation. But it's still good.
But everybody loves black.
It's not burnt really, it's just charred, and that is fancy. Dry your salad. You don't want to crush it, so just pass it up like this.
The salad might seem like the boring part, but I've grown to love salad.
You can see why she risked it. Persephone. Buying time. Depends on what kind of strawberry licorice you get. How you'll do this. I got the cheapest kind, so I have to wind it up myself. Yeah, DIY. It's all about having fun. How much more satisfied will you feel eating licorice that you wound yourself? I don't know, but try it. You lay it in the forest.
We're still working on how to add an iridescent glow to this salad, but we're getting there.
It makes you quite greasy.
Like Sid!
Yeah, or like bike grease. Not that they care about that. No,
yeah.
I'm being positive. So there are your vines. You can do them all if you want, but I think that's enough. And in comes Hase, strolling through the woods. He shouldn't have eaten that. No, he shouldn't. As the pomegranate seeds will symbolise. So you want to pick where you want to nest your fruit. So I'm going to put one in the middle and just lay the leather. Create the sepals of the Helheim fruit.
Is that the word, sepals?
It is the word. And peel it.
Now, how do rambutans differ from lychees again?
Rambutans look hairy.
Oh.
They're a little bigger and they're red, and they have sort of a spiny outside, where the lychee is a bit knobbled sometimes, but the rambutan will come off as if it's made of plastic.
It's the only time I've had rambutan, they were already peeled. And then I went and
you can get canned
covered them in.
lychees or canned rambutan, but we just happened to get fresh one. And doesn't that look like Helheim fruit?
It is almost certainly the inspiration for Helheim fruit. They are lychee granites.
You nestle it just in there. Doesn't that look terrifying? The next one, over here.
Definitely experiment with them, if only to learn the very harsh lesson that lychees do in fact have stones inside them.
Yes, don't just bite through these as if you were as hungry as Hase or Yuya or any number of Zawame citizens.
Because rather
because
than
you will break your teeth.
turning into a cool monster, you will just turn into someone with no teeth.
Now, if I were a little richer, I would have put some goat's cheese in this salad. That's just my personal taste.
I wouldn't.
With the main part of our meal, to go with the salad. The helix of DNA that was changed forever.
You're seeing magic. Tricolore.
Dancing teens gotta keep healthy. Buy some fish. This is cod chunks. If you can get cod cheeks, that's really cheap. It is the cheek of the fish, which for some reason makes it cheaper. I don't know, but it's really tasty.
Because it's full of smiles.
Peppy fish. And salt your fish. Not too much. And if you had any pomegranate left over, you may as well use that. Not this.
Rocks.
More pine nuts.
Grass.
And a little bit of olive oil.
Just a sprinkling. People going crazy. I didn't know there'd be fish.
And put that in the oven.
Fish is good for you. Gives you extra brains.
Enough brains to not eat the danger fruit.
But then you do for dessert, so I guess we need to work on the concept a little more.
Salad dressing. Just get a jar with a lid. 1.5 spoonfuls.
You can, of course, buy salad dressing in the towns.
Yeah, actually, the salad that we bought comes with its own dressing. But that didn't really seem sporting on what is technically a cooking show.
Well, it's technically a cooking show about superheroes who have to learn hard lessons and do things for themselves.
A real adult makes their own salad dressing. Drain your pasta. If you have plastic pipes, we don't, but just in case, run the cold water while you do it so that you don't melt them. Pasta back in. And pesto, plain nut pesto if you can get it, but if not, just pretend.
What have we got?
We have cashew nut pesto.
Huh?
It's cheaper. Pretend it's pine nut, okay?
If you don't like pesto, don't put it in. If you don't know if you like pesto or not, eat some pesto.
It smells really, really nice. It's basically just pine nuts or cashew nuts, basil, possibly some sort of cheese.
I don't know about cheese.
Cheese. And if you think that looks like
But
a nut,
it's
then that's enough, and if it isn't, then just bung in some more. Pesto or pasta, that's a meal in itself. That's plenty of flavour, and it's really quick, and you don't have to go about a lot of other things. But it also goes really nicely with tomato sauces, or it goes nicely with fish on its own. You can use it in loads of different ways. Tip! Your fish is out, and it looks lovely. Put it in with your pasta to finish off. And there's your dinner. Hase to begin, and Hase to end. Amen. What would you drink?
Cherry energy. And if you can't rinse your own salad, get a grown-up to do it for you.